This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. It's been a long time since I've been in front of the camera. As a matter of fact, I'm forcing myself to be in front of the camera, even though I'm still going through treatments and everything like that. But I had to come in front of the camera because I wanted to make the first thing I talked about is a game that has absolutely blown me out of the water. You can go to Pericle Gathering, Pericle.com. Look it up, or look up the name of the company, which I know is, I can't believe I can't find that. I think it's a Lucky Dog or something like that. Hold on. Long Dog. Long Dog Games. I'm going to leave this in. I'm not going to edit it because Long Dog Games, look them up, or look Pericle Gathering Darkness in the Google machine, and it will come up. This is something special. Now, you guys know me pretty well, okay? When I play a board game, I want to play a board game. When I play a video game, I want to play a video game. Hold on there. This has kind of changed the way I think about a lot of things, and it's going to change my review of something that's coming up, and kind of give this a little bit more chance. I have been messing around with this for a little bit, and I'll tell you right now, I've never been blown away as much as I have with Pericle Gathering Darkness. Sorry, I still have, my mouth gets very dry, and I still having a tough time talking. My tongue gets tied. This is unlike anything I've done, and there is such passion and care that has been put into this game by these young developers that I cannot help but gush over this and put this up as one of my choices for Game of the Year. This is something special. It is a role-playing game that we've waited a long time for. You can play with a lore master. That's somebody that could be your DM, or you can use the app and use that as the lore master, which does a fantastic job. You are doing all the bookkeeping. You are focused in on everything here. The app tells you a little bit of a story, takes care of your monsters, and rolls initiative. That's the only thing it does. Everything else is on you. You are playing the board game. It is there to bookkeep a little bit for the monsters, but you are doing your bookkeeping. And all you have to do is say, well, no, we got our butts kicked. Oh, no, we passed the skill check. And it'll start unfolding this fantastic story. And the choices that you make along the way changes the story. So you may want to do different things. So very interesting. We're going to go down. I'm going to show you what's in the box. I'm going to show you a little bit of the app, not too much, because I don't want to ruin it, because when we do the playthrough, you're going to be, I've seen this already. And then I want to show you, the acrylic standees on the arena, which is the first place that you go, and you go through the tutorial there, okay? And you kind of learn what's going on within this game, okay? Because again, all your choices mean something, okay? So I want to talk about facing, being embattled, and things like this. On the other side, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this, okay? Which obviously you know, but I want to expand upon it. I really do, and I want to talk about how special this is, and how this has moved me in a certain way. So we'll talk about that all the way on the other side after all the other stuff that we take a look at. Let's go down to the table and check it out. So like I said, I wanted to show you some of the things that come in the box. We're going to go take a look at the app very quickly. All right, it'll all come clear to you at some point, and I'm going to talk more about this on the other side of this, because we're going to go to the app, and then I'm going to show you how things work on the arena, which I took the pieces out here. So what you get in here is you're going to get your hero handbook. This is going to help you with creation. Your rule book, which really isn't much, okay? It covers some of the details, it highlights things, but pretty much the app does everything, but doesn't do everything for you. You're going to have to roll dice. You're going to have to, the app doesn't take over the game. But if you do not have a GM I forgot what they call it. I apologize. Hold on. It's a lore master. That's what. If you do not have a lore master, it doesn't matter. The computer does it. Okay, the computer does everything. You have this fantastic, beautiful sheets that are going to show you everything, and then you get these pre-made characters. Okay, which are fantastic. Okay, that's my boy right there. All right, we're going to be playing with him. All right, and our Varia. But inside there are 3 different levels of hero, and you're going to copy these, and then you have blanks to create your own heroes here. You have these secret envelopes, which I'm not going to tell you about, okay? Because there are certain things that are going to happen throughout this fantastic adventure. This is such an open world, and it's made to be developed even further. We'll talk more about that on the other side. Again, our wizard here, all these different types of characters that you can make, okay? And it's one of the biggest things about this is creating your own character, because it is a very, very deep and enriching experience. I always suggest that you go with who you have here, okay, to kind of start off. Okay, get your feel, get a feel for how everything works, okay, and then go start creating your own character. It's a game within itself. And it's a magical, beautiful experience. It really is. Now, you thought, oh, well, that's all you get. No. You get a ton of acrylic standees, and they are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, okay? Like here's the troll that you'll see when I show you guys some of the things there. And then I think this is Valara or whatever her name is. Beautiful. It is a hobby into itself to peel off the little skin of these things. But then again, it always is. Just take a little emery board, scrape it a little bit, and boom, it'll come right up. The dice are unique. I will talk about that when we go down to the arena. That is a whole thing unto itself. You're going to get a ton of standees. But here is the home run here, folks. This box is heavy. It's not a huge box, but there are so many tiles, 2-sided tiles, that go with this fantastic adventure. You get all these beautiful, beautiful play areas, okay? Which are just, and it's good, sturdy board. It's absolutely beautiful drawn. There's sea, there's dungeons, there's towns. There's so many things that are going to happen to you, and you're going to go through this fantastic, imaginative, groundbreaking campaign that you're going to absolutely love. And the thing about it is, about this particular app, is they are going to constantly be adding more story. You can create story too. You can create a whole story with all these wonderful, wonderful things and characters that you create and things that go with it. Oh boy, that just slides in there nicely, doesn't it? And it just does more than I've ever imagined. I've never been more excited playing something and enjoying something as much as I have this. And usually I am a traditionalist. If you're going to play a board game, you play a board game. If you're going to play a video game, you play a video game. We'll talk more about that up top. A lot of box here. Let's go to the app. I'm just going to kind of go through things very quickly and show you that there are cutscenes and all the other stuff. Voiceovers, just mind-blowing. Okay? Mind-blowing. And we'll talk more about that when we come back down here. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the board, and I'm just going to show you a couple things real quick. So I skipped ahead a little bit, and I just wanted to show you guys that the minute you say create a party, you're going to come here. It's going to say proceed to the tutorial, and it's going to give you a tutorial on how to do this for Gathering Darkness. But I'm going to skip to party creation, but I'm going to proceed to tutorial. Let's go. Let's do that. Okay. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use our pre hero creations. That means we're going to use all the heroes that we already have. This does a fantastic job between the sound and everything else that it does of of giving you this experience. So I'm going to use the heroes that are pre-creation, and I'm going to exit to the main menu. All right, just so I can show you. So I'm going to go to create a party. Okay, it'll give you a great tutorial. It'll come through. It's really amazing what it does. And skip to party creation. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so party. I already know what I want to do, and I'm going to want to go with 3 characters. Okay, to start off with. And party name. Let's just call it Seahawk, like I do everything else, right? All right, there we go. So we're going to call them my heroes. I'm going to use the pre-generated heroes that I showed you guys, okay? And what I'll do is I'll just use her, and as you can see, she gets a certain base AD. Remember what we talked about AD on that dice, okay? And action, order and action bonuses is going to be over here. Okay, because these are pre-generated. I'm going to go with that one. That's going to give me a higher chance to hit and stuff like that. And then we'll use Vardia. There we go. So we get a bit, and then we're going to start. And this is where it really gets great, because there's a great video that kind of welcomes you into the whole thing. And you start with you start with this just fantastic feel and this theme.
The ocean, burning sun,
fantastic,
rusted iron shackles that bind your wrists. This has been your world.
Great voiceover
as you've drifted in and out of consciousness on a foreign hellish ship.
Beautiful art.
Your hands have long blistered from rowing.
You can tell there was a lot of love put in this, and we're going to go through this when I do a playthrough. So I'm going to just skip this for now, because I've played through this, and this is great. You're going to start in the arena, and what we're going to do is we're going to go down and talk about the arena. And as you can see, all I want to do is roll, and I have to roll a skill check on my die. And this is where we go down to the board, and the story, you interact with this, and then you battle, which is really fantastic. So, okay, we're going to say that we already did this. All right, we got one. There's the beautiful map. You're gonna discover all this fantastic stuff. All right, and there's a fantastic story. Now we're gonna go fight the troll. There's a movie that goes with the fight troll. I'm gonna save that for the playthrough. We're going to skip right to the fight the troll, because I want you to see a little bit here. So it shows you how to set everything up, right? Gives you the scenario details, tells you which acrylic standee to take, okay? If you need the scenario details, it'll tell you everything that you need. It spells everything out. It teaches you the game perfectly, and it doesn't take over the game. That's the thing I really like. So I come over here, I go next, exit setup. Yeah, I'm ready to do this, right? Here's the troll, all right? And when you get embattled or any of these other things, you're going to click this, and as he takes damage, they're going to roll initiative for you. That's the only thing that this thing does, okay? It rolls initiative for you, all right? So let's go next. Oops, here we go. Oh, did I do something? Oh, there we go. All right, heroes. One, we're going to move first. So we're going to do all our moves and everything like that. And then, again, like I said, you'll go down until you defeat this enemy. And I really like this, that this pops up. All right. And then the heroes move. All right. And it tells me everything through this tutorial. It doesn't do this all the way through. And then here we go. My first person is going to go. They're going to have to roll a certain number. And I'll show that down on the table. All right, how this all works unbelievably. So let's go down to the table, and we're going to take a look at the first part of this, which is the arena. So we're going to talk a little bit about how this works a little bit. If you get within a range of a certain monster, you are going to be embattled. That means that you're not going to be able to move. You're going to be able to pivot. You're going to be able to maybe slide to the left, slide to the left. Facing is everything. If you notice that, here we go. We have the facing and then a back, because facing you'll get certain types of bonuses. You're going to be rolling a die, and depending on what your AD is. If it's a 2, you can get any one of these numbers. If you get a 4, that's going to be a fail. A 3, that's going to be a fail. But this is a roll under system. So you get a 2 and a 1, you're going to hit. If you get a bullseye, which there are a couple on here, you are going to hit. If you get this is a critical, which is going to do certain things. There's some bad things here too, folks. If you get a bullseye with a line through it, that is a critical miss, which is uncool. Okay. You're going to roll, and depending, you would roll, I would hit right there. And then depending on what my weapons do, weapons very simple. It might be a D6 and a D4. And I know what you're saying. Where's the D4? Well, you might do 10 damage right there, okay? And if you're behind or something like that, you're going to get a bonus, which you can do additional. Nothing complicated, but enough to keep you engaged, because you have to be very careful. They will hit you. This game is unforgiving. You got a certain amount of hit points. You use them up, you're done, okay? The D4s are the most unique looking things, and they are just cool. All right, keep on rolling ones. Come on, there's a 2. All right, let's roll another. Well, I rolled a 4 before. 4, and really just, I think, imaginative, different, and I like them better than the other ones, because the other ones just sit up. These have a chance to bounce a little bit. You are going to get these dice here, which are going to be hits and misses and things like that are going to go into play. This is going to be a defense die. If you roll a shield, if you get hit with something and you roll a shield, well, they don't hit you because you put up your shield. Okay, where all other shields sometimes add to defense, your AC or something like that. A shield will block a certain amount of damage. And I think that's really, really cool. So if you're carrying weapons, they have certain effects, but they don't lower your armor value or raise your attack value. They're going to do certain things that are going to help you to fend off certain blows. If you have a shield, it'll absorb a certain amount of damage. When we get into playthrough, I'll explain the torches and some of the other things, how this will block a certain amount of damage. This will let through a certain amount of damage. You got blanks where it does nothing, where you didn't block any of the damage and you were going to get pounded. And you got to be careful. These things are nasty and they will pound you. Like you saw, that troll had 40 hit points. You may only have anywhere from 10 to 15. And you may never raise that. So it's really, really interesting. Spell casting, which I believe that's for. Spell casting is really interesting because you're going to use your life. So say you have 10 life, you're going to exhaust some of that life, okay, to cast a spell. It's true. Casting spells will be draining on a person's system, okay? And if you use up all your life casting spells, you're going to die. Or if you use up half and then you get hit, you're going to die. So you have to be very choosy on your spellcaster and what they do. Outfitting weapons is critical and smart, and it makes a big difference. And how you want to build your party. And my God, building a party is half the fun here. It's just absolutely fantastic. Like I said, facing is everything. You're going to move, and then you are going to attack. Of course, you could put yourself in the defense. You're going to go. Every turn is going to start off with initiative, movement, and then you're going to take your action, which is more like a pay exhaustion for ongoing spells, magic items, so forth and so on, attacking, and so forth. You must stop movement when you become embattled. So if I'm moving, that's another thing. Like I said, that embattled things, once you get in range, even if you had extra movement, you can't move. Because once you get into a range of something, you are going to have to fight. And like I said, fighting, very unique system with the die roll and how that works. So even though I didn't explain everything, we are going to do a playthrough, and this I'm so excited for. I'm not sure when you're going to see this, but we are going to do this. Either I'm going to tape it or do it live on a Wednesday. So there we go. We've been doing more of those as we go. Let's go up top and get my thoughts on Pericle's Gathering Darkness, which is just something special. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm gushing over this. So let's talk more about it up top. All right. I did that real quick. I know. But I wanted to share this with you because I want you to go out and get this. Go to their website, purchase it. It was a successful Kickstarter, which I knew nothing about. Okay? But I think this is a lot deeper and a lot bigger than you think. Okay? These guys are very passionate about what they're doing. They care about what they're doing. And they are doing an amazing thing. This is everything that you could want that I think D&D 1 is going to fail at. Okay? Because they're not micro charging you or anything like that. What they're doing is they're building this story. And they're building this thing. And they've got ideas in their head. And it's very, very creative. Character creation, unbelievable. Unbelievable. We'll save that for another time. Because it's that detailed. Okay? Pre-generated characters are fun. They're fun and magical. And there is just a beauty. When people... I was losing my faith in playing a lot of things. There's been a lot of good things that have come out and really excited me about board gaming. This has lit a fire inside me that's been gone for quite some time. And the beauty, the way this is put together, the care and the passion. I use that word a lot, passion here, because that's what this is. Now, there are some negatives. And I'm going to give you those negatives, okay? It's a pain in the neck taking those little plastic pieces off those acrylic things. Wow, that's real bad, right? The only other thing that I'm kind of on the fence is that this isn't something you download onto your devices. This is a website that you are going to go to. I hope that at some point they will allow you to have some kind of mechanism that you can download the software. Because if something happens or something, or their site goes down and you wanted to play, well, you can't play, I believe. That's the only negative thing I really have about it. But it's easy to get into. I haven't run into any bugs yet. It is very clear, concise. It doesn't take over the game, but it enhances the game. And that's hard for me to say because I've never been a guy that enjoyed going to an app and concentrating on the app when the action should be down there on the table. No, this does all the things right. Does it magically. And my hat goes off to these developers and people that have put this together for their heart and soul that they have put into it, because I feel it when I opened up the box. I felt it when I read through the book. I felt it when I was playing with it, and just the enjoyment and the some of the giggles I had out of it. It is something special, and I really, really, really am asking you to go out and check this out, because I'm telling you, it's up there for Game of the Year with me. Pericles, Gathering Darkness. Look it up in your web browser. It'll take you to the site. See why I'm so excited about things. Read about it. Read about all the things, because I read about it. And this is fantastic. And that's what I have to say about it. I love the D4s too. I can't stop gushing about this, but I gotta cut this thing short at some point. So we'll be back with this at some point. Like I said, either taped or live, depending on my health, of course. But just a magical, magical game that sometimes when people do it right, they just do it right. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.